Happy Sunday night, everyone. It's Chris over at Springs Law Group coming to you tonight to talk about how much auto insurance do you actually need to have. Um, Obviously, I would check with your insurance carrier, but one of the things that we see is that in the state of Colorado, you're required to have liability insurance, and that's going to be insurance that would cover damage that you would do to somebody else's vehicle, or if you injured them as a part of your own negligence. So if you were the one that caused the accident. So the minimum that you have to have there is 25,000 for bodily injury to one person, 50,000 for bodily injury to multiple people in an accident. So it's important that you have insurance, period, because it is a state requirement. But when people ask what kind of insurance should I also have, or in addition to just that liability, and one thing that we recommend is you need to make sure that you look at your insurance policy and make sure that you have what we call UM/UIM coverage. And that's uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. And again, you can start that out with, you don't have to have any, it's not a requirement, but it's a recommendation. And so we'd recommend at least getting the minimum there of 2550, so 25,000, 50,000 on that one. But even better, you can even go even higher with that at times, where you can do 100,000, 300,000, so 100,000 per person, 300,000 per accident. We get a lot of people that'll ask us things like, well, why should I have to insure myself, if somebody's not insured or underinsured, because people have to have insurance. Well, the reality is, if somebody only has the minimums at 2550 and you end up getting in an accident where you have to have a surgery or something like that, then it's helpful to have that UM/UIM coverage, because then you can reach into your own insurance to help pay and get compensated for that accident. And if you're not at fault for that accident, then it's important to know too that your rates will not go up so long as you are not at fault. And then the next thing that we always tell our clients to have is what we call med pay, or medical payments coverage. You want to have that med pay because it's very important, because in this state, med pay is not a requirement, but you can get it to anywhere between $1,000, $5,000, up to $25,000. We recommend having that med pay because then it'll help pay for your medical payments if you are injured in an accident. And the nice thing about that med pay, then, it doesn't have to be repaid back. It's exactly what you're paying into at that point in time as part of your insurance coverage. So again, our big tips are, outside of the liability, how much insurance should you have? It's going to be things you want to look at your declarations page on your insurance policy, and you want to have UM/UIM coverage and med pay coverage. Those would be the two biggest ones that we would recommend. We would recommend at least a minimum UM/UIM of 2550, and then also a med pay of 5,000 or more. And so those we find to be very, very helpful, at least whenever we're dealing with auto accident cases over at Springs Law Group. If you have questions or want us to even look at your declarations page or your policy for free, we're more than happy to do that. Just message us and we'd be happy to take a look at it and kind of give you some tips or pointers on what to do, and kind of what policies we'd recommend getting there, so you're protected if you're in an accident and you don't have the coverage. So if you have questions about your insurance, feel free to reach out to us. You can private message us or call us, and we're happy to help you out. Hope everybody has a good Sunday night, and we will talk to you all later. Bye now.